In order to properly explain the danger that the woke Duchess and Duke of Sussex actually present to society and the world as a whole, we need to look at some of the other well-known celebrities and their fans. And we start off with Mark David Chapman, who murdered John Lennon on December 8, 1980. Chapman was a fan of the Beatles, but was incensed by Lennon's lifestyle and public comments, hence killing him. There are a few other celebrities who had stalkers, and the cases are fairly well known. One of them, Jason Louis Rivera, tried to break into Miley Cyrus's home with a pair of scissors. He claimed that she was his wife and that they had known each other for 5 years. Then there was poor Selena Gomez, whose stalker, Thomas Brodnicki, said he had 50 conversations with God about killing her. Another fan threw a chair through Rihanna's window, broke into her house, and insisted he was her future husband. There are also murders committed by killers inspired by movies, such as Clockwork Orange, which spurred a spate of real-life violence, and Deer Hunter, which had been linked to a number of suicides. The point I'm making is that rich celebrities have a huge responsibility when it comes to how and what they present to the public. The same applies to Harry and Meghan. All we need to do is to look at some of the comments and email some people, including YouTubers and on Twitter and Facebook, have received to realize how real this threat is. I do not even have a large YouTube following as yet, and my comments on other channels have been critical of the pair, but never rude. However, even I have received very offensive comments and messages, so offensive that I cannot even republish it. Only recently I felt compelled to report one specific comment from someone who commented that all I need is piss on my face. YouTube complied and removed the user. In the video are screenshots of some of the less offensive ones, with usernames obscured for the sake of not being banned by YouTube myself. People who act or react this way are clearly not reacting in a normal way. Arguing on a point is normal. I've never deleted, banned or blocked anyone who do not agree with me. However, when the comments from a stranger becomes offensive, threatening, and personal, it also becomes scary. These people firmly believe they know you, although you may not even live in the same country as them. I had a woman saying I'm rich, which I'm not, because my dog is in a good condition, after she stalked me on Instagram and saw a picture of my dog, which was a little rescue dog, by the way. Other YouTubers have suffered the same and worse harassment from Meghan Markle fans. Meghan is a divisive force among royal fans, and their woke liberal comments and their victim mentality pushes all the buttons of those Meghan supporters with mental illness. So let us leave the physical danger these fans pose aside for a while. Harry and Meghan's visit to South Africa was anticipated with excitement, disgust, and apathy. Yes, some were excited, some did not want it, and some people just did not care. In a time of economical, social, and racial tension in South Africa, their visit provided light relief for some people. Others were concerned about the economic and safety risk their visit would have, and others could not be bothered one way or the other. What no one expected, though, was that Meghan would be so stupid as to play the race card, to totally disrespect culture and protocol. And the final nail in the coffin was certainly the Poor Me, Poor Us documentary. In a country where our economy, education, health systems, etc. are falling apart, and many other issues scare us, there are few people like the Hawk and Scott of Loving Life who are trying to put the truth out there. There are people giving up their time and income to have petitions signed and delivered to various embassies. There is currently a group of Israelis investigating farm attacks in the country. Yet Meghan Markle and Harry flew in, danced in Kailicha, and complained about their personal lives. For a while, Harry and Meghan's visit and documentary overshadowed the hard work of all these other people. I do not think it's necessary to explain the danger these two pose to the monarchy. But in short, there's a good reason why the Queen and rest of the monarchy stay silent about political issues. The Queen is Queen of all the people of England and leader of the Commonwealth, regardless of colour, sex, religion, or political affiliation. They cannot and may not take obvious sides. Obviously, taking the stance also aids to keep them safe. It is basically for the same reason that they adapt the don't explain, don't complain stance. A good motto if one tries not to offend anybody. Meghan's refusal to adapt to protocol and accept the advice of senior royals and officials has caused exactly the scenario that most royals have tried to prevent all their lives. Not only could her and Harry's divisive action cause potential danger to the royal family, and as the family and their activities are largely funded by British taxpayers and land tenants, the royal family cannot afford to lose large-scale popularity. Although it is plausible that the royal house need to make adjustments to adapt to modern times, Meghan and Harry had taken their wokeness too far, exposing the hypocrisy of the rich more than any other royal or celebrity had ever done. We all know that this hypocrisy exists, but never before did we have it exposed the way these two did, when Harry preached climate change but took 4 private jet flights shortly after, Meghan being vegan but wearing a leather skirt, etc. This, of course, seriously affects the credibility of all and any celebrity, even if he or she may be sincere. In light of this, it is almost impossible to believe that there are still celebrities supporting them. Meghan, although she still has many supporters, could not possibly be seen as an ideal role model for the younger generation. There is her alleged drug use, cocaine as well as the weed she dished out as gifts at her wedding to Trevor Engelson. There are her numerous soft porn roles in a number of films like Boys and Girls Guide to Getting Down, and alleged hardcore porn film, which is apparently available for sale online. It is hard to believe that the royal family could or would support such a person and put them in a position as any kind of role model, as I certainly would not want my children to idolize someone like her or do what she did. She also appears to be a habitual liar, and I'm not even going to spend the time in highlighting her numerous lies again. However, look at yourself and your own circumstances. Can any of you imagine your teenager following her example, snorting coke, smoking weed, doing porn, and constantly lying? I'm sure you can't, and I'm sure that neither can her supporters. Then why are they still supporting her? This aspect of her life and lifestyle alone poses a huge risk to society being in the position she is in. It is a total disgrace that the Queen at 93 and after 66 years of service is disrespected like this. I've just watched Charles's documentary on the Duchy of Cornwall. Not all the work this family does is hung out for all of us to see, and Meghan's attitude coming to Britain as a foreigner and into this family and disrespecting the country and the family is beyond disgusting. But for Harry to support her in this is almost worse, as not only is he disrespecting his people, but also his own father and grandmother. If the current rumours are true, and Harry and Meghan are leaving the royal family, I'm sure there will be many members of the public and the royal family sighing a sigh of relief. However, Meghan's negative influence may not stop there, and it would be in everybody's best interest that the royal family enters into some legal agreement with Meghan and Harry before they leave. Meghan had allegedly been caught taking photographs inside one of the palaces. She had allegedly taped conversations, and as we know, she has aspirations to become an author, as well as having a few talk show hosts in her pocket, for example, Oprah and Ellen. The royal family thus need to somehow shut her up before she leaves. I'm going to leave it at this, and we'll talk again later in the week. Thank you for listening. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.